So this video is going to be kind of a review of Spider-Man 2, but also not really. It's just going to be me talking about my opinions on this game so far, because I must admit, I think this is one of the best games I've ever played in my life, and I've seen a lot of criticism over certain stupid points, but also I've seen some valid criticism as well. So let's just talk about what I think about this game, what my personal opinions are, and just to say, this is my opinions. It doesn't mean that you can't hate the game. You can hate the game if you don't like it, but I'm giving my opinions on what I personally think of the game and trying to dismiss some of the criticism that some people have given over it. Let's get into it. So, what is up guys? Welcome back to the Major Ben channel. I hope you guys are having a great day as always. Now, Spider-Man 2 obviously is the successor to the first game and then also Miles Morales. Now, the first game I thought was absolutely phenomenal back on the PlayStation 4 when I played that. Graphically, it was insane for what that console could actually do and achieve. It was really, really good. It was graphically groundbreaking, and yeah, although it was locked to 30 FPS, it was amazing. Obviously, we got the reboot on the PS5, which is over here. Sorry, my bad. And that was obviously running at 60 FPS with, you know, boosted resolutions, and it just looked really, really good. And they bundled that in with Miles Morales, which again, a fantastic game, much shorter. It was more like DLC to the first game in a way, introducing a new character, you know, a new story, but it was much smaller, easy platinum to get, but still a really fun and graphically amazing game. It was the first one we got made for PS5, but also released on previous gen hardware. Now, this game is the first Spider-Man game that is only on PlayStation 5. This is literally a PS5 exclusive as of right now. Yes, it will come to PC, but for now, it's a PS5 exclusive, and my gosh, can you tell that this is a PS5 exclusive? Because they are pushing the boundaries of what we've seen in games before. Now, I don't mean graphically. Now, I've seen a lot of complaint about graphics in this game being not the best, not what they expected. They expected to see miles above what Miles Morales was actually giving us, but that's just not the case. Miles Morales was already pushing PS5 graphically, but what they weren't pushing was features like the SSD. Now, what they have done in this game, and there's plenty of gameplay you can see on my channel, on my second channel, Major Ben Plays, where I upload the VODs from where I stream on this channel, because we do stream daily on this channel, for those of you who are wondering. You can see plenty of gameplay of the wingsuit that both these characters have in the game. Now, you are able to literally fly like one of those squirrel suit things that people have in real life across the map at blistering fast speeds with no pop-in, no load-in, across not just only New York, but all these other areas of the map. You can literally fly across the rivers now and go to other areas. I don't know America. I don't know New York that well and what other areas, but I think you can go to Queens and stuff like that. But that's not the point. The point is how fast you can fly across this map. It's insane. It looks incredible, and I'll probably have some gameplay from some of my stream on, you know, in the background, so you guys can actually check it out for yourselves. It's only at 1080p, but you can still see what it looks like and what I'm trying to get across here. So graphically, this is something we haven't seen before in other games. You can't do this. You can't fly like this in other games. And I think we're going to see when it does eventually come to PC, we're definitely going to see an SSD requirement again, like we did for Ratchet and Clank, and probably a pretty fast one as well, because that's something that's just can't be done on the previous gen hardware. And this is what I mean by this is graphically a very impressive game. Not in terms of the visuals. Yes, it's running fairly low resolution and then upscaling. Like, is not that impressive, and I think that's why Sony wants to bring us a PS5 Pro, which I kind of understand. But what they're doing in the game with, as I say, flying across the map, all the things like that, which is just something that could not physically be done on PlayStation 4. Like, this genuinely couldn't. The assets being streamed in would not be done fast enough. For example, they talked about this in their presentation, the mailbox idea, where they have to, on a PS4, have a mailbox copied so many times on the hard drive because it can't pull things fast enough. Where you may only have one mailbox on the PS5, it can stream it in instantly, meaning you can fly around places at very high speeds because the SSD can just bring it into the graphics and display it on your screen within, well, milliseconds. It's so fast we don't see pop-in. That's what's just so incredible. But to talk about gameplay and to address some of the complaints, now, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, well, it's just the same as the last game. It's the combat's the same. You know, the mechanics of the game are the same. Well, they're not. The combat has changed. We have more abilities. There's new characters. I don't want to spoil things for you. Make sure you play the game for yourself. But there's new characters that have vastly different abilities and what you can do in the combat. There's also, you know, both Peter Parker and Miles have more upgradable abilities. I'm trying to talk about this without spoiling it for people. There's so many different mechanics in the combat. But the thing to say here is, it's a Spider-Man game. What do you freaking want? Do you want Superman to come out and use his abilities? It's a Spider-Man game. It's only going to be so different. What were you expecting? Like, it's set in New York. New York is like a character in the Spider-Man universe. It has to be set there. It wouldn't make sense if it wasn't. Like, it's just stupidity that people are complaining about that. It's still a Spider-Man game. You're going to have web swinging. You've got the new flying ability that I've just talked about. There's plenty of other movement abilities as well as combat abilities that have been added to the game that, again, I don't want to spoil, but just one, for example, is you can now swing around your web when flying through New York as a certain upgrade of one of your characters. So there are different abilities, but as I said, it's still a Spider-Man game. It can only be so different from other Spider-Man games because at the end of the day, you're playing these games for the story, and that is what is good. There are some amazing moments. Now, I'm at a point where I'm probably half to 3/4 of the way through the story. I've not finished it, but already I'm very, very impressed. There are some very emotional points in the story. Very, 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 very good bits. It's just very, very well done. There's a lot of people saying, again, it's a movie game. Like, why'd you buy it? You know, you knew it was going to be a movie game in a way because it's a, you know, they are movies. But at the end of the day, it's not a movie game because there's a ton of gameplay. There's tons of gameplay in this. Yes, there's long cutscenes. Yes, you know, it's graphically like nice to see like a cool cinematic cutscene. But, you know, again, some people do complain about that, which again is their opinion. They're allowed to do that. But at the end of the day, like, it's just phenomenal. Like, the storytelling they're doing in this game from Insomniac is just absolutely brilliant, and I can't wait to see what the ending of the game is going to be, and I think I'm in for an extreme ride of emotions because it already has been, and I think it's going to be even more so getting into the end parts of the game. But in my opinion, this game is like a 9 out of 10 so far, and I've not finished it, and maybe when I do a full review, this is kind of like an impressions video where I'm just kind of doing it off the cuff. I'm not scripting anything or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I think. This is what I'm personally at the moment. It's like a 9.5 out of 10. I'm loving it. I love the characters. There's some great additions, great villains, people that are in other games that come back that you wouldn't expect to be back in that state and back in doing these sorts of things. Like, it's just brilliant, and I suggest you play it for yourself because it's personally going to be one of my games of the year. Now, I'm not biased. I loved Starfield. I really enjoyed Starfield on the Xbox. As you know, I've made many videos about Xbox on my channel, and I love that platform. And Starfield, for me, is one of my games of the year. And I would have a very tough decision choosing between the two because, not that they're competitors, because they're completely different types of games, but it's just one of those games. This is one of those games that's just so good as a story, and I'm enjoying it so much as a story that it's really tough. But then on the other side, I love Bethesda games, and I love not necessarily the story's not the best in Starfield, but I enjoy doing the quest lines and how much you can change what's going on in the game by what you're doing as a character. So I like that style of stuff as well. So for me, they're both game of the year. Like, if I had to pick both, it would be both of them. I've enjoyed lots of stuff. So this isn't like a Sony fanboy review. This is me genuinely telling you. You can see on my channel, most of my content has been Xbox stuff. I do a lot of PlayStation stuff, but it's there's a lot of Xbox stuff there too. But this game is just absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to carry on with it and see what else it has to offer. So thank you for watching this little sort of mini review. We'll probably do a full review or talk about the game a little bit more in depth at another point, but this is just what I'm doing for now. But thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think. What are you enjoying about the game? Is it something you've had fun with so far? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know, you know, be kind in the comments. Just let me know what your feedback is. I'm always interested to hear that as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.